Hey guys, Ben Simpson here at SIMPSON VLOGS and welcome to another vlog. That's what happens on this channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification to keep up to date with everything that's going on this channel. Check out the description to see my main gaming channel where obviously I play games. And there's also Rizzle, Instagram, TikTok and Twitter down there, as well as a donation link if you're willing and can donate obviously. So as you can see from this title, this one is a bit of a deep discussion. If you can tell from the title straight away that this is going to either one, not annoy you, piss you off, or worse, depress you or make you sad anyway, then don't watch, okay? There's no need for you to put yourself in a state of emotional unrest or anything. But this is an important subject that I have been wanting to talk about for a few days now. I've been watching loads of war documentaries. That's my thing. I play strategy games. I love history. I watch these sort of things, and it is damn right depressing to think, just to know what happens to soldiers after they've fought for their countries and for the rights of other people's countries in many a case. And yeah, it's just something that hasn't changed in forever. It's never changed since warfare became a professional job and not just something you did offhand or were conscripted to do from the farmland. But since it's been a professional job, no matter what nation it is, no one really knows how to look after these people that they've sent off to war. I mean, if you look at World War One, the butchery on show there and the ingenuity of how to kill is unbelievable. I mean, we invented the tank, warplanes, bombers, bombs, chemical warfare, flamethrowers. We invented everything we could in that era to kill each other. And medical science, saving people's lives to save others was barely advanced anywhere, beyond they were still sticking their hands in people with other people's blood on their hand, Like, the amount of people who died from infection was ridiculous. It was almost as well as the amount of people who died from disease back in the Napoleonic era. I mean, if you look at the stats of Napoleon's war, obviously famously, for anyone who's ever looked at that sort of thing, it's famously said that, he lost in Russia. He lost in 1812 when his campaign in Russia failed and the winter killed most of his troops. It's a myth. The winter shattered his troops, yes. But mainly they died in the summer months and the autumn months of that campaign when, typhoid, fever, dysentery, the waterborne disease, that's what killed them. Disease killed them. Same in World War One. Yes, thousands upon thousands would die every day. I mean, you look at the Somme, we had 15 to 20,000 troops on either side die in a single day. And that's not even 24 hours, that's probably like a 12-hour span of the first assault, which was a disaster, especially for the British. And, most of those men ended up dying either on the field because they couldn't be got to, or even when they were gotten to, they were ignored and their injuries weren't assessed properly. Or worse, they were taken back to the medical thing and they couldn't save them because they just didn't know how. Nowadays, a lot of those injuries would have been treatable and most likely the men would have been fine. They would have gone back to England or France or wherever and recovered and been fine. Physically speaking anyway. But, and even in World War II, you see it, the disaster that is coming home after the war, If you watch any of those war films like The Pacific or Brothers in Arms, when they go home, they don't know what to do. They've just been fighting for so long. All they know is the war. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to be not a soldier anymore, basically. And as far as medical science has come, we can treat. You can lose a whole arm, man, and you will get a new arm. And nowadays you can almost work it like this hand that I've got. You can lose an entire leg, you get a new leg. I mean, a man lost his penis and they got a working penis that can even get erect and work. Okay. Bionic man. But they can't fix the mind. And no one's put enough money in or effort to fix the mind. And it sounds it to say, I know everyone says I always hate on America. The Americans are the worst for it. You know? You watch all these movies. I mean, I watched a movie called The Wrath of Man the other week. It's a Jason Statham movie. It's about his son gets killed during some robbery, and he goes on the warpath to find out who did it and kill, Jason Statham at his best, basically. And the bad guys are former veterans. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but the bad guys are former veterans who are just not. Most of them are not even in it for the money. Some of them are literally just in it for the thrill of the fight, doing what they used to do. They were special ops, clearly, heavily trained, and they just miss the bullets, basically, as sad as it is to say. They miss getting shot at, they miss the adrenaline, they miss shooting other people. They miss that. They haven't managed to come from being that killing machine to a civilian. And there's loads of charities set up all over the world. International ones, national ones, private ones, everything you can name it. But these charities, they shouldn't need to exist. Okay, they shouldn't exist. You, whoever, shouldn't have to put money and look after soldiers that were sent by the country to war. It should be the government's job. And the reason why I say the Americans are the worst for it is because in their nation, they have a massive respect and love for their veterans. You go on all about their veterans, they are so offended when something happens to one of their veterans, whether they're black, white, Chinese, whatever descent they're from. Even the racist ones, they have huge respect for their veterans. And yet, their government and the powers that be don't seem to, they say they do. They say our veterans this, our soldiers that, our boys this, our women that. But they end up still on the street. I mean, then one of the most famous pictures ever taken is that American Marine lifting the American flag on Iwo Jima in World War II, in the Pacific War. He died. In 2 years later, he was found in a ditch with a bottle of alcohol empty. He just died from the cold, homeless, drunk. That's it's got to be one of the saddest stories you've ever heard. And sadly, nothing's changed. We need to change this, or we need to stop sending our boys to war, because there's not a chance. I tell you now, there's not a chance that any of my kids are going to fight for the British Army in any way, shape, or form unless we're invaded. Because why on earth am I going to watch them not be able to be normal? Jump at the sound of a door closing or a little click. They're ready to fight, ready to kill. That's not reacting to sounds normally anymore. They're reacting like they're in a war zone. And it's just really sad to see this. It's terrible watching people, and I've never had to experience it, thankfully, thank God. I've never had to watch anyone go through that. I've only seen it through movies, read it through books, seen it in documentaries. I've never seen it in person. But like I said, those people who have I don't know how you do it, and which none of us should ever have to do it. It's terrible. It's just a random subject I wanted to bring up. It's an issue that doesn't get talked about enough, and during the pandemic, I bet it's been even glossed over worse. PTSD trauma has been just glossed over worse, along with other stuff. Loads of other people have, cancers, even common diseases. More people are more likely to die from nowadays, especially the flu, because of COVID restrictions and the fact that when someone gets COVID, they have to be isolated and all that stuff, and take up the space of about 3 or 4 beds for just one person, because it has to be, otherwise they affect everyone else. And that's people going under the rug. And I'm sure as hell a lot of veterans are going under the rug, as they often do, but worse now. So yeah, that was just a subject I wanted to talk about. Like I said, here on SIMPSON Vlogs, we talk about issues, we talk about me, and we talk about unboxings and stuff. And that was a morbid issue, but an issue that we got for this week. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on the channel. As I said before, If this has upset you, I'm sorry. In fact, I'm gonna probably leave a link down to like I say Samaritans, but that might just be in the UK. I'm gonna try and find some international link to anyone who needs any help. A veteran one as well for any veterans who found their way to this video and are feeling like this applies to them on a very personal level. So yeah, that's that. You know, like, comment, subscribe down below, hit the bell notification, check out links down below. You've got my main gaming channel, something to cheer you guys up. More fun on that one. You've got Rizzle, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and obviously the donation link down there if you feel like you can and you want to donate. But on the theme of this video, don't donate to me, donate to some veterans charity or something, or you know, just if you got a friend or family, just phone them up, see how they're doing, check in on them. Even if they're not a veteran, just check in on people going under the rug for all sorts of things during COVID. So yeah, that's it from me. Peace, guys.